hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. So we have Facebook and Instagram Live. So hello to all. Just give me a shout out when you get on. Let me know you're here. This is part 2 to the first part that we did last week about the different ways we come in contact with toxins. Minimal ways, more areas that we can control. And then today I was going to share some simple DIY toxin-free products that you can make for your home to kind of limit toxin exposure. So I had a practice member ask me today how I felt about plastics because I had a Perrier bottle there. So I will say this, I am not crazy restrictive. Sometimes I think people have health problems and they need to be, but I try to limit in areas that I can so that I'm not enjoying life in other areas. So if I want a Perrier, I don't have to worry about the plastic bottle. But to that, like I told her, I try to limit plastic Tupperware now. So when I throw it out and buy more, I try to buy the glass ones just because when you heat the Tupperware containers, like when you have spaghetti and you heat it and it leaves that ring and it eats into the Tupperware, the toxins that have been released from it doing that are now in your food. So glass is better in that aspect. So I limit where I can and I try not to stress or worry about the rest. So anyways, today I'm going to share some products that I've started making that actually once you put the investment in a few essential oils, like less than 10, it actually is cheaper to make this stuff at home versus buying it at the store. And then you are in control of the ingredients. You know what you've put in it, and it works out better. So for a lot of cleaning products, you can use citrus essential oils. It has limonene in it, which is super powerful antioxidant and cleansing agent. Egyptians actually used to use it to remove toxins from their bodies. There's tons of essential oils that were mentioned all throughout the Bible. And in January, I did an essential oil of the Bible class, so we might have to go back to that soon. So the limonene can dissolve plastics. So anytime you use an essential or a citrus essential oil, especially, it's important, don't put it in a plastic bottle because it will eat through and then release the toxins. So your best bet is to use glass bottles, and you can pick them up really cheap on Amazon, and you have a stack to use in the future. Vinegar is actually a natural antifungal and antibacterial, so it works really well to make natural cleaning household products. It can get rid of grease, like mineral deposits that get in the shower really well, and lime scale. And then to purify the air, citrus essential oils can actually bind to toxins in 30 minutes to an hour and cleanse your air. So those are fantastic just to diffuse throughout the house. So I actually saw my brother this weekend, and he was staying at a hotel room. And last week we talked about the sick building syndrome. So he was having some health issues come up that I think was related to the building he was in. So we made him a 6-mixture essential oil blend and sent him with an air purifier back to the hotel. And he's doing better this week. So lemon and grapefruit are a good one. Bergamot's a good one to add for that. So, all right, let's talk about air fresheners, because I do like air fresheners. I like candles. I like the plug-ins, and I've eliminated those from my life and have found other ways using essential oils that work better. So for air freshener, there's no way you can go wrong. So whatever essential oils you have on hand, whatever smells you like, you can mix it up and have fun. So you can do like 1 cup of water with 6 drops of lavender, 6 drops of lemon, 3 drops of peppermint. You can exchange it for bergamot if you like that smell, or geranium or frankincense. There's really no wrong way. I like, talking about air fresheners, frankincense is a good one that kind of just brings spiritual awareness. So when I'm praying or meditating, I like to diffuse frankincense, and it's just kind of peaceful and calming. All right, so for dusting, an easy solution is you do 1/3 of a teaspoon of olive oil, 1/4 a cup of vinegar, and 4 drops of lemon. That's it. You're done. Like, cheap, inexpensive. Then you can dust and you're toxin free. Floor cleaner is about the same. So like if you had hardwood or ceramic tiles, you could do a gallon of hot water, 1/4 a cup of the Castle liquid soap, 1/4 a cup of distilled white vinegar, and then 10 drops of Melaleuca essential oil, which sometimes they call it Melaleuca and sometimes it's called tea tree. Dish soap, this one is really easy. 2 cups of unscented liquid Castle soap, 1/2 a cup of warm water, 5 drops of lime, and 5 drops of orange. So y'all just stick with me if you're not into DIY, because I'm going to tell you a good website that you can go to and look for products that'll still be cleaner and you don't have to make it yourself. A good bathroom cleaning, like if you like the powder, you can do 2 cups of borax, 1 cup of baking soda, 3/4 cup of kosher salt, 10 drops of Melaleuca, 10 drops of lemon essential oil, and you're good to go. So you'll dampen like the surface with vinegar, and you can sprinkle the powder. You can let it sit for a couple of minutes, scrub, and then rinse. A multi-purpose cleaning spray, this one's really easy. You just need 1 cup of vinegar, 2 cups of distilled water, 5 drops of Melaleuca, and 5 drops of lemon, and you can use it on countertops, mirrors, tile, anywhere. So I haven't tried this laundry detergent recipe out, but I'm going to give it to you, and then if you want to try it, you can, but I'm also going to give you another website that's a little bit easier for detergent. So you get the Castle soap bars and you grate it. You have 1 cup of washing soda, 1 cup of borax, and then whatever essential oils you want. So you could do 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of grapefruit, because those are really good cleaning oils, and you do 1 to 2 tablespoons per load, and that mixture will make 24 to 48 loads in the washer. So really cheap to make, but I've not tried it, so it's on my list to do, so I will let you know how that works. And then last week I told y'all dryer sheets have over 150 chemicals, so I don't use them anymore. I bought the dryer balls from Young Living. They were like $12 or $15 for a set of 4. So I add whatever essentials I have on hand that day, and I use that instead of dryer sheets. I don't even buy them anymore. Okay, so let me tell you about my favorite, which is body butter. And again, when I started battling eczema 4 years ago, this was one of my first switches when I started looking at all the chemicals that are listed in a bottle of lotion. It's super easy to make. It works fantastic if you are sunburnt. You put it on at night and your sunburn is practically gone the next morning. So I do 1 cup of shea butter, 1 unrefined shea butter, about 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and I was trying to guess, it's probably about 1/4 cup of beeswax, maybe less. The beeswax, you kind of have to play with the ratio. If you put too much in, it's really hard, and then it's really sticky on your skin. Sometimes I will add jojoba oil, but I like to use that mixture on my face, and jojoba oil, don't do that. It'll clog your pores. So a lot of times I'll leave it out unless I'm specifically making just body butter. So I melt all of that in a double boiler, and then I take it out, and you have 2 options. You can either add the essential oils now and let it kind of form, or you can put it in the fridge for about an hour, and after the hour, when it's solidified, you can dump it out, add your essential oils, and then get a mixing blender and make like whipped body butter. Then, so I go back and forth between essential oils. One group that I like doing together is 15 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of geranium, 15 drops of lavender. Recently, I've just been doing 20 drops of copaiba by itself, which is really good for acne, and it's good for eczema and like itchy skin. So I switch between the two just to have a variety. And I store it in a glass jar and just good to go. It's kind of oily, so I tend to do it more at night than in the morning, but it really is fantastic, and it is the best moisturizer that I have ever used. Okay, so homemade deodorant. I actually made this today. So I've been using a natural deodorant, but I have been having a skin reaction to it. So I've been doing like clay mask, trying to get my skin to calm down because I know it's sensitive. And I've gave it a good solid 2 weeks. So I'm trying my own homemade one. So this one I actually just reused an empty deodorant bottle. So I did half a cup of baking soda, I didn't have arrowroot, so you could do a 1/4 cup arrowroot. I left that out. And I did 4 tablespoons of coconut oil and 4 tablespoons of shea butter. And I just chunked off like a block that big of beeswax to put in there. That'll keep the mixture from melting in the heat since it's hot down here. And then I used bergamot essential oil. I did 6 drops of it and 4 drops of lemon. And I just set it off to the side and let it cool. I double broiler again until everything was melted. I took it off to the side to cool. I added the essential oils. And then before it solidified, but after it had cooled some, I added it to the deodorant container. And it does take a while to solidify, so it is just at the house sitting there. So I used it today, and I don't stink yet, so we'll find out. So I'll keep you posted on that one. But when you're using like the deodorant, the tea tree oil is really good at reducing the odor-causing bacteria, which is why you smell when you sweat. Bergamot, I just love the smell of bergamot. It's just a great citrus smell. It's really good at purifying the skin. You could use lavender, lime, geranium, thyme, frankincense, whatever smells good to you in your mixture. The body soap is really easy to make. You can mix 1 cup of unscented castle soap, a 1/3 cup of organic honey, 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of vitamin E, and then 3 teaspoons of glycerin. And then 25 drops of lavender essential oil or whatever essential oil you're smelling that day. If you have children less than 6 that are going to be using it, though, I would drop that number to like 10 drops of the essential oil because it is really concentrated. And then you're good to go. So I will tell you, I've tried a couple homemade shampoo recipes, and they make my hair ridiculously oily, which is it's more greasier anyways. So I've not found a good like DIY homemade shampoo. So if you have one that you like, let me know. The other one I was going to tell you that's a good sleep diffuser blend. So like when you're diffusing essential oils, you can use whatever. They're all good for different things though. So a good sleeping one is Roman chamomile, which is known as the Peacekeeper essential oil. Lavender is extremely calming. Vetiver is one of my favorite oils. So it has research that they used it on or compared ADHD children that were on medication versus kids that only used vetiver essential oil, and the results came out exactly the same. So it's really phenomenal at calming down your nervous system. They looked at it helping people with intention tremors or Parkinson's tremors, and they actually were reduced tics too with people that breathed it in. So they put a couple drops in the diffuser and had them sit close to it and just take deep breaths. So it is one of my go-tos, especially if I can't sleep at night. So you do 2 drops of lavender, 1 drop of vetiver, 1 drop of Roman chamomile, and just diffuse it close to you at bedtime. So all of that I just listed was 10 essential oils that you would need, and you could make it all. So you could do it with less essential oils if you just had a couple that you really liked the scents, and you can make these products at home for much cheaper. There are tons of ways to learn about essential oils. I did a program through Dr. Axe's Ancient Nutrition. It was super great. I've read tons of books. There's like natural healing books that'll list the essential oils. I recently picked this one up, Smart Mom's Guide to Essential Oils. It has a ton of recipes for everything house related, oven cleaners, dishwasher powders, scratch removers, carpet stain removers, relaxing muscle baths, immune boosting soap, bug off spray. So it really is a very nice book for easy recipes that you can grab and go. So another thing I wanted to tell y'all about, for people that are like, oh, the DIY stuff is too hard for me, I really don't want to make it at home, and that's okay because I never thought I would be a DIYer. There is a website called ewg.org. So this website tests products and it'll give it an A through F ranking. So I just want to read you what it says about the ratings. So it says EWG provides information on cleaning product ingredients, but they also do cosmetics and makeup and all kinds of stuff. From published scientific literature to supplement incomplete data available from companies and the government. Because if you start looking at labels, a lot of the cleaning, detergents, all of it will say like proprietary blend, but it won't list out what that blend is or what's in it. So if it says that, I usually just leave it alone. The ratings indicate the relative level of concern posed by exposure to the ingredients in the products, not the product itself, compared to other product formulations. The rating reflects potential health hazards, but does not account for the level of exposure or individual susceptibility factors that determine actual health risk, if any. So, while it is not the end-all be-all, it does give you a good guide as to what it's in it. They will list out why they gave it the certain grade, and I think if anything has proprietary blend where it doesn't list what the ingredients are, I think it automatically gets a C. So if you were going to go buy laundry detergent because you didn't want to make it yourself, this would be a good guide to go to and see what detergents are at least listed on the A. Would it be the best, and are you in control of the ingredients? No. Would it be better than purchasing the popular brands right off the shelf that are full of chemicals? Absolutely. So I hope this gave you a little bit of, I don't know, kind of like that you realize it's not that hard to make some DIY products, and at least to change some things you're in control of. Makeup is another thing that has a lot of chemicals in it, and a lot of times it comes from the pigments of them trying to produce the different colors. So, and I know makeup is expensive, and it can be expensive to completely redo what you're using. So as something runs out, so as you run out of foundation or powder, mascara, whatever you use, go on that EWG guide and find something that's a little bit better and just replace it as you run out. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about Beauty Counter. I've started slowly switching some of my products. So if you know of a good toxin-free makeup or product, please feel free to share it with everyone. And I hope you gained a little bit of information from this. And I look forward to seeing you next time.